Hi everyone, this is Galen Martling. I have a beautiful background stamp and it's a tropical beach scene that I'm going to share with you with Stamps by Unity Stamp Company. For the stamping I have Happy at the Beach. It's this huge background stamp. I stamped it on watercolor paper with waterproof ink. And I stamped it again on Masking Magic paper by Gina K Designs. I am going to mask these pieces later on, and I'll show you how I do that one later on. And so I have dies by Unity. They are scallops and rectangle nesting dies. I also am using So Kind, So Caring, So You July sentiment kit for 2022 for the sentiment. I'm also using, for watercolor, I'm using Prima Art Philosophy water-soluble oil pastels, and I have a set here that I'm using. They're like crayons. I just used a palette there, a palette tray, and I colored and drew little circles in there, added some water to make my own watercolor. And so for this scene, it's already stamped so beautifully. All I needed to do is add color. You don't have to watercolor. You can use any kind of coloring you like. I'm just sharing how I use oil pastels for watercolor today. And so I added some layers of blue, darker layers for the water, and then I'll go in and add lighter shades for the sky. And then I play around with different colors for the different elements in the scene there. And so the colors and options for that are up to you. One thing I want to make a very important tip is if you're working with detailed stamps like this and you don't want the colors to blend in with the other colors, you want to make sure you heat set before you go on to the next step. And so you'll see me do that here and there, and I'm just speeding it up because this process was a longer process, and just for time's sake for the video I am just speeding up, but it's a lot of repetitive, a lot of it's the same. So you'll see me go in and add some darker colors sometimes, or different layers of watercolor, dabbing some extra color in there. I'm heat setting now before I proceed. And so you go ahead, and then on the bottom part of that umbrella, you see I just added a darker color, a little bit brown, sort of mimicking shadow or shade. And so I'm heat setting that. Now I begin to go ahead and add my masked pieces. So I cut off the clouds and the birds and place that masking right over the stamping. Now I'm going to cut out and peel off the backing for the top of the umbrella and on the bottom beach part of that scene. And so I'm going to get ready to watercolor the sky. I just I didn't want to watercolor over that umbrella and try to get it just perfect. So I just masked it and just added the watercolor. And just a turquoisey blue shade there. And then you want to make sure that the masked paper doesn't get too wet. It might bleed. But you'll see at the end I clean it up a little bit with some marker and pen. Now I stenciled on a sun into this already beautiful background scene using Distress Oxide ink and some ink blending. And that just gives it a little extra touch, just something extra. I had this stencil and I wanted to go ahead and just use it for this scene. And there you go, you take off, you peel away that repositionable masking paper from by Gina K. It's beautiful. It's repositionable. It doesn't fasten on permanently. And so I added some foam tape. This is a 1-layer card and it's perfect. It's easy. It's really easy to do. It seems like it's difficult, but it was easy to do. This scene is well made and ready to go. There you have it. It's a beautiful watercolor card. I hope you take a moment to subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and you have a wonderful day.